officials are elected by good citizens who do not vote. This quote by George G. Nathan summarizes the ugly truth about society. After conducting some research, I was shocked. I could not believe how low the number of Americans that voted was. I understand some people cannot vote, but those who do decide not to or have not registered to vote yet. You may be wondering, why is voting important? Let me tell you why. Voting decides over the leaders, such as the presidents, Congress, and the government officials. You get to vote on a leader who will lead our country well to succeed in the future. Now let me inform you about how American voting is decreasing. Before I began my speech, I handed out a questionnaire that you all answered. This question was, do you vote? Yes or no? 2 people said yes, and 3 people marked no. The reason was, one of them said they're not registered, one is registered but has not voted, and one is ineligible. Many people in America are just like you, who, if you have registered, have not decided to vote. Maybe because you're thinking, well, this vote isn't going to count, or my vote won't make a difference. Well, let me show you this information that I found on statisticbrain.com that gives you information about Americans who vote. How many people vote? Total number of Americans eligible to vote is 206,072,000 people. Total number of Americans registered to vote is 146,311,000 people. Total number of Americans who voted in the 2008 presidential election is 131,144,000 people. As you can see, the more the statistics narrow, the more the data decreases. The person who has registered but has not voted is in this category, and the person who has not registered but can vote is in this category. The remaining 2 are in this category where they do vote and they do register. Now let me explain to you the percent of Americans who vote in the presidential elections throughout the years. In 1964, 69% of Americans voted. Throughout the years, it decreased, increased, decreased, and increased again to 2008 presidential election with 58% of Americans who voted. It stayed the same in the 2012 election, meaning that only 131,144,000 people voted for these 2 elections. According to the Huffington Post, more females vote than males. The ages of 65 to 74 vote the most. Every vote does make a difference. You may not think it does, but it does. Let me give you an example. In a 1982 State House election in May was held. The victor won by 1,387 votes, while the loser lost by 1,386 votes. The difference is 1 vote. If one other person had come to vote that day, the tables could have been turned and the one who lost could have won. According to CNN, Bhakti Mary Hudson wrote in a discussion saying, "I am a parent, teacher, and citizen. I have a responsibility to help share the future of my country." So this person is telling you they have a say with their voice, which their voice is their vote. To summarize this for you, vote if you can. Voting is important. Register to vote. If you do not know how to register, you can go to votetexas.gov and you can fill in an application in there, which will help you vote. Remember, let your voice be heard. You could make a difference with your vote. I am ineligible to vote because I am underage. Once I turn 18, I will register to vote because I want my voice to be heard. Would you like your voice to be heard too?